Sure. Thank you.
Well, a top FBI agent suspected of sending anti-Trump messages is no longer part of the team investigating Russian interference in the election. Special Counsel Robert Mueller removed the agent over the summer, but we are just now learning about the move.
The Justice Department has been investigating whether the agent sent anti-Trump text messages. CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reid is standing by in Washington. Paula, what can you tell us about this agent and Mueller's decision to remove this agent from the investigation?
Well, Peter Strzok is a top FBI investigator who's been working alongside Special Counsel Robert Mueller. He also was a key player in the investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. But it was revealed that he sent politically charged text messages to another member of Mueller's team, Lisa Page, who's an FBI lawyer. After this, he was removed from the Mueller investigation, and he now works in the FBI's HR department. Of course, Republicans are using this development to question the integrity of both the Clinton email investigation and these ongoing Mueller probes.
So, Paula, I want to also ask you about this fallout from Michael Flynn's guilty plea. President Trump tweeted over the weekend that he had to, quote, fire General Flynn because he lied to the vice president and to the FBI. We now know that the president's lawyer claims he actually wrote that tweet. How problematic is it, regardless if the president's lawyer wrote it or if the president of the United States himself wrote it? And what does it mean about all the other tweets when you've had press secretaries day after day telling us the president's tweets stand for themselves?
Well, here's a fact, and that is that the courts absolutely consider the president's tweets to be his personal statements and the view of not only him, but also the White House. We've seen that consistently in all sorts of litigation with the travel ban and other legal controversies that have come out of the White House. Those that oppose his policies use the tweets, and the judges do believe they are his official statements. Now, in this case, let's take the tweet as if he wrote it. He's essentially saying that he knew that his former national security advisor had committed a felony. That also raises questions about how much information the president had when he spoke with former FBI Director James Comey about tamping this investigation down. It could be used as another piece of evidence in the investigation into whether or not he committed obstruction of justice. Now, late Saturday, they came out with a statement saying that his lawyer was really the primary crafter of this tweet. But I just have trouble believing that a lawyer as experienced as Mr. Dowd would have written pled instead of pleaded or in any way encouraged his client to tweet something like this.
How significant is this? Does it actually matter? I mean, you mentioned the possibility of building an obstruction of justice case. Tell me, is this a big deal or not?
It is significant because, again, it raises questions about how much the president knew. And now everyone, not just Robert Mueller, who was already looking at this, but the general public, too. They're like, wait a second, did you know that your national security advisor had committed a felony by lying to the FBI? That was the case. Why did you consistently say that he was fired because he only lied to Vice President Mike Pence? We also know that the vice president had come out and said that that Flynn and the Russian ambassador didn't discuss sanctions. We now know that is not true. Mike Flynn has testified before a court. He has signed basically an affidavit saying that he did discuss sanctions, and he discussed sanctions at the direction of the Trump transition team. So again, what all of these tweets do is they just raise more questions about why people who are all in the same room working on the same things can't keep their stories straight. And the most important, significant outcome of that is, look, you can lie to me, you can lie to your friends, but if you lie to the FBI, it's a felony. And already we've seen a few people get clipped by that.
So, Paula, just to jump on what Anne-Marie was asking about, really does it matter? Can we assume, and there's been a lot of discussion about this, but the president's Twitter account is in his name. It is seen by the entire world. He has millions of followers. That specific tweet was retweeted hundreds of thousands of times. Even if it turns out that the president's lawyer composed that tweet, it is in the name of the president of the United States and thus can be used against him, or no?
Yes, I mean, I think it can. These are coming out under his name, under his Twitter handle. Now, the extent to which Twitter statements can and will be used against you, that's still a developing area of law. But from what I have seen in cases involving this president's tweets, judges take them as his personal statements. So if his lawyer did advise him to actually craft this tweet, he probably needs a new lawyer, because the judges are not going to care who crafted it. It's under your name on your account. You're the president of the United States. This is your official account. They're going to take that to some extent as being his words.
Yeah, we certainly see that with some of the travel bans. I mean, like you said, Paula, judges have gone back to those Twitter statements to determine what the president's intent was.
Right, exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, Paula Reid, thank you very much as always.